Hey, Drue James here from LearnGuitarInLondon.com, and I've been teaching guitar for 22 years, and down the line there I've learned a few things to help you keep practicing and playing guitar, and I'm going to share them with you right now. So number one, stop comparing yourself to other guitarists. Now, it's okay to be aspirational and say I'd like to play like this person one day, but the thing is when you start comparing yourself in a way that says I'll never be that good and I'll never be that great, that can make a feeling of lack, and it can actually make you feel like you don't want to practice because you're never ever going to be that good. So I'm saying if you're continually comparing yourself to others, it's going to potentially affect how you practice and maybe even one day make you want to give up. So spend time, instead of comparing yourself to other people, practicing. Just get playing. Number two, make peace with those songs that you never finished. In the beginning, you might hear people say, oh, you've got to learn Wonderwall, you've got to learn Knocking on Heaven's Door, or Switch Out of Mine, or whatever, right? They are guitar classics, yes, and they can be fun, but it's part of your journey, your identity of playing. If there's a song that you pick up and you don't finish it because you just don't like it or it just goes out of your orbit, that's absolutely fine. Make peace with that. There may be other songs that are just too difficult at that particular point in your journey. And because you're self-taught, you won't necessarily know which order to learn things in. So it's okay to let those songs go. Number three, accept there will be days when you can't practice. Let's face it, you're not a professional player. You're not playing for a living. You're doing it because you enjoy it and it's a hobby, right? So there is going to be times when life gets in the way, when you can't practice. Now, don't beat yourself up over that. There could be a week goes by, maybe even a month where you can't practice. But what I've found in my experience is that people that get started, when they get bitten by the guitar bug, it doesn't let go and they will pick up the guitar again. But just once again, don't beat yourself up over it. Number four, never finish a practice session on a really difficult song. If you're going to finish a practice session with a difficult song, then it's going to make you feel like you can't play guitar because it's pushing you. You know, it's like trying to climb Everest right at the end of when all your energy's gone, right? So it's best to, the challenging stuff, do that in the middle of your practice. Save the end of your practice for playing stuff that's easy, stuff that you know, building on your repertoire. So these are songs that you can play all the way through, or maybe even just parts of them, but you can play them and they do sound like the song. But never finish a practice on a challenging pace. Number five, if you think you should be better at guitar by now, think how far you've come. Now, this is a really common thing with self-taught players because they don't notice their progress because, well, no one's really watching them play from day to day. Then they don't see it. So therefore it feels a little demotivating. But if you were to try to teach what you can play guitar already to someone who's never played before, then think how difficult that would be for them. So think how far you've come. You're better than when you started. That's the important thing to remember. Number six, tap your foot, nod your head, sway your body, internalize and embrace your own inner metronome. So I work with a lot of self-taught players that are learned through video lessons, okay? And the one thing that I'd say about 80% of them have in common is their own rhythm and timing isn't the greatest. And the reason being that they're just playing by themselves. So if you can play to a metronome, if you can play to backing tracks, then please do so. That will make you feel more in time. When I said about nodding my head, etc., if you're strumming a song, then if you're tapping your foot or doing something physical with your body, it will help to keep your rhythm together. Watch some professionals play. There's a reason why a lot of them are sort of rocking out like that, and it's keeping time. Number seven, in your first year of learning, never presume your guitar is in tune, okay? Now this is really important. I've taught a lot of beginners and they just don't tune their guitar enough. And if you play a guitar that's out of tune, you've failed before you've even started. So check your tuning at least every other practice. And if you're a complete beginner in your first sort of 3 to 4 months, tune your guitar every time. Number eight, if what you're playing sounds wrong, it is wrong. So this is called trusting your musical ear. And if you think about it, you've come to guitar because you enjoy music, because you love music. Okay, now if you're playing something and it doesn't sound musical or it doesn't sound right to you, or you're watching a video lesson, someone's playing it, and you're like, well, that doesn't quite sound right, then believe that. Okay, believe it. That's called training your inner ear, and it's a very important part of being a musician. Number 9, as time goes on, you will naturally attract other like-minded musical people into your world. Now, it might be at the moment that you don't have anybody to play guitar with, but trust me, as time goes on, you will naturally start to bring those people into your world. And when you do, it will be so much more fun to play with other people. It is cool playing by yourself, and it's absolutely fine to be a bedroom player, don't get me wrong. But when you play with other people, there's another element that's really enjoyable about learning guitar. But those people will come when you've been playing that little bit longer. Number 10, if you're shy and you think that someone is listening to your playing when you're practicing, then think of it like this. They're getting a free show. Right? They're getting a free show. So it's common when I teach beginners who are maybe in a shared house, or they've got family around and they want to keep it down and they're not playing very, very loud, right? I think it's always a good idea to hit the strings pretty hard sometimes, have a bit of a play out, enjoy it. And if people are listening to you, they're getting a free show. Number 11, every beginner finds bar chords challenging. Hendrix found bar chords challenging. Clapton found bar chords challenging. Everybody that has ever started guitar finds bar chords challenging. Bar chords are 80% perspiration and 20% technique. So start playing them. Yes, you can work on the technique and work on the changes, but they require a next level of finger strength that's there to actually test your motivations for practicing guitar. So start playing them and keep playing them. Number 12. Enjoy the good times with your guitar. There's going to be times where you're absolutely loving guitar. Don't get me wrong. We all have it. That's why we all play guitar. But enjoy those times. Seize them and record them if you can as well. That would be great if you can record some audio while you're doing it. But enjoy those good times with the guitar, because you never know when the next practice might not go so well, all right? So keep on playing. Thanks for watching. See you at learnguitarinlondon.com.